Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, I rise on this state holiday, the Lee Jackson holiday, to honor the birthdays of two Virginians who once called my hometown of Lexington home, and whose legacies of duty, honor, and commonwealth continue to provide inspiration and opportunities for reflection for our fellow citizens. Their names are as synonymous with military greatness as Alexander the Great and George C. Marshall, but their homes, their families, and their deeds were all from right here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. They're ours, and we guard their memories closely. Today, on his birthday, we salute Robert E. Lee, and just as Governor-elect Northam did to a statue each morning in the Rat Line as a student at the Virginia Military Institute, we salute Thomas Jonathan Jackson, better known as Stonewall. As educators who were ahead of their times, both men focused on growing young minds. As a professor at VMI, Thomas Jackson instilled discipline in his cadets and a respect for authority, even while he also broke the laws of the Commonwealth to conduct a Sunday school at a nearby church in Lexington where slaves were taught to read and write. As superintendent of the U.S. Military Academy, Robert E. Lee molded the minds of the men he would one day fight, some with and some against. In his twilight years as president of Washington College, he saved that institution from ruin and started a new generation of Virginians on a constructive path to being good citizens. Both of these career military men opposed this body's decision to leave the Union. But once their elected representatives put the stars in their course, they engaged in their defense of Virginia, and they executed their orders with a precision and ability rarely seen in wartime. Their examples on the battlefield to this day are studied around the world and even at the U.S. Army War College. The tragic events that took place last year in the city of Charlottesville have brought a renewed interest in these men, and it is right that we should study their records and the complicated times in which they lived. But while times may change, Mr. Speaker, greatness does not. And so today, we honor these men as much for their greatness in the classroom as their greatness on the battlefield, for their loyalty to Virginia, and for living lives devoted to Almighty God. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.